Hundreds of people have died due to extreme heat during the Hajj pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia. These deaths come from more than 24 countries, with many victims from Egypt. In one Egyptian community alone, over 20 people lost their lives. Many of these pilgrims come from poor villages and spend their life savings on this spiritual journey to Makkah. One such pilgrim was Effendiya, a 70-year-old mother of 5 from Manufia province. She sold her jewelry to pay for her trip but sadly died while performing her rituals. Effendiya had traveled to Makkah on a tourist visa instead of an official Hajj permit, hoping to fulfill her religious duty without the high cost and complexity of obtaining a proper permit. Official Hajj packages in Egypt can cost around $6,000 per person. Effendiya's trip was organized by a local broker who charged her half that amount but promised 5-star service, which was not delivered. Her son Sayed blamed local travel brokers for not providing adequate protection from the heat. Pilgrims usually stay in air-conditioned tents and receive medical care, but unregistered pilgrims like Effendiya had none of these facilities. They made makeshift tents from bed sheets to escape the sun. Hajj is one of Islam's main pillars, requiring Muslims to participate once in their lifetime if they are financially and physically able. This year, nearly 2 million pilgrims traveled to Makkah. However, many were unregistered, making it difficult for Egyptian authorities to determine an official death toll. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli announced an investigation into the tour companies involved in sending unregistered pilgrims. The death toll from this year's Hajj has exceeded 1,000, with over half being unregistered pilgrims who suffered in the extreme heat. The National Weather Service reported temperatures as high as 51.8 degrees Celsius in Makkah. Many pilgrims try to join Hajj through irregular channels because of high cost of official permits. Saudi officials cleared many unregistered pilgrims from Makkah, but many still participated in the main rites without access to air-conditioned spaces provided for authorized pilgrims. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi ordered a crisis cell to manage the deaths and coordinate with Saudi authorities to facilitate the return of bodies to their families in Egypt. Other countries like Pakistan and Indonesia have also reported deaths among their pilgrims. Saudi authorities have not provided exact numbers of deaths, but reported over 2,700 cases of heat exhaustion. Each year, the timing of Hajj changes slightly in the calendar, which might lead to cooler conditions in the future. However, a study warns that due to climate crisis, heat stress for Hajj pilgrims will become increasingly severe in the coming decades.